For this painting project, I created a comp using Procreate, pulled in some images of flowers and this fox, and then just proceeded to use Procreate to design the layout of how I hope this fox will turn out, leaving, of course, lots of ample room for intuition and happy accidents to occur. I started with this background, which was painted in acrylic with a little bit of alcohol inks, and then put bits of collage on top and in various places based on the concept that I'd worked out. And now I'm just painting the flowers, just starting with a background color, which is kind of a light peachy color, and then putting in some of the darker interior color to kind of create that center of the flower. I just find that I love painting flowers. I kind of get in my zen, even when sometimes it can be a bit of a struggle getting things just so, or how I want the flower to look. It's hard to believe that I spent an hour and a half, I think, or more, painting these 5 flowers. But it was a lovely hour and a half, to say the least. So you start with some darker color in the middle, which is quinacridone, nickel orzo, I believe. And then it's a little bit of a mixture of cadmium orange, nickel orzo, and white to get this peachy color. And then I just use different variations of it, really, to create the different shadows, the darker values, and then slowly add little bits of white to create the lighter values. And then you're really just kind of using your brush to create little curly cues around to create the effect of the petals here. I am just enjoying this winter painting flowers. It's kind of funny that I don't really feel, or I noticed, inspired to paint flowers, it seems, in the summertime, but as soon as winter gets here, I'm definitely ready for flowers. It's a wonderful way to bring the garden indoors when it's actually sleeping outdoors. As you can see, as I work on these little flowers, like you can see up above, some of the bits of collage that I used, and some stencil to create the background. I like that sort of serendipitous look when I was creating the background to these flowers. The first layer was pretty much shades of teal and light blue and white, and some white, and then I think there had also been some Payne's gray, but I ended up going over it in white. And while the white paint was wet, I added little drops of alcohol ink, and those are some of the little splotches, purpley pink splotches you see in the background. Just beneath the roses that I'm working on now, you see sort of like a little mauve background with some circles. That is a piece of collage that was done on tissue and used bubble wrap to create the imprint. But when you glue that onto the surface of the board, since it's transparent tissue, it shows some of the color through, which is one of the reasons I love doing collage with tissue paper, just because of the transparency and its ability to show the colors underneath, which is just beautiful, I think. So again, just really adding the highlights. And so on this flower, at one point I thought I might make it so to look like it was curling up, but then I decided I didn't like that. So as you can see, I'm painting over this. So as I work on this painting, my goal is not to have it look exactly like the comp that I laid out. I just use that as a sort of kind of a general guideline. Sometimes I paint straight intuitively, and then other times I liked, I'll work from a mock-up. And this series that I'm working on with animals and flowers, I seem to enjoy starting with a comp on these. It just kind of speeds up the process for whatever reason. And anyway, I just really lose myself when I create these paintings. I've really been enjoying working on. The first one that I did was actually requested from my sister. She asked that I paint her a cheetah, which is a spirit animal that had come through that she's been working with recently in this current chapter of her life. And I was so inspired. I think I started that painting on a Wednesday, and I didn't work on any other paintings, and I finished her painting on Sunday. That's not typically my process. I tend to work on 2, 3, 4 paintings at once. I'll do a little on one and then move on to the next painting. That's why it can make it a little challenging to record these videos, because I typically do not paint them straight through. But hers, I was so inspired. I had started with a similar process. I did a couple different mock-ups in Procreate, eventually picked one that I liked, and then ran with it. It definitely did not look exactly like the comp when I was finished. But again, the comps are just kind of a general guideline, kind of a jumping off point, and then just kind of let your intuition and creativity and inspiration all play together to create the final painting. But anyway, I enjoyed that so much, I decided I was going to work on a few others, combining flowers and animals, two of my favorite things, with a focus on spirit animals. So here, this is, kind of wanted to show a different orientation of this flower. These are kind of like little peach roses, and wanted this one to be kind of tilted a little towards, or tilted up. So it was kind of having that was a bit of a challenge for me, because there wasn't an image for me to look at, because this third flower was not in the mock-up that I showed at the very beginning. And I'm not used to painting flowers from memory per se, but anyway, I had an idea of how I wanted this one to look, so I just kept at it until it eventually worked out. But it took kind of going over a few times and then working with different values to really kind of capture the shape and feel that I was looking for. And sometimes that's just how it goes, it's not a matter of, well, at least for me, it's not a matter of painting things exactly as I see it. I'm more painting a feeling that I want these to have, and an energy. And then I'm just kind of in the moment, going with the flow to see what I can create. Sorry, it kind of went a little bit off screen here as I tilted to try to get a better angle to work on it. But again, I'm really fussing with this flower, but eventually we get it all work out, and I was pretty happy with it in the end. And so here is my progress for today in the work on these 5 peach roses. Lots more to come as I build out the rest of the flowers, and then eventually paint in the fox. So stay tuned. If you like my work, I invite you to follow me at Natalie Eve Marquis Art on Facebook and Instagram and YouTube. And you can also hop over to my website at nataliemarquis.com and sign up for my newsletter. I appreciate it. Thank you. Bye.